have to, it's kind of like that Jesus plus thing. It's actually Jesus has done everything. I don't have to add to it.
Yeah.
And then therefore I can rest in that and be confident in going forward in whatever I'm doing, whether it's coaching or anything else, that God put me in this vision for a reason, but also that doesn't mean that I have to overtake his intention for me in that, I suppose. Welcome back, everyone, to Chip Lunch. It's very exciting to have you along with us. Oh, just as soon as I say welcome back, Hudson yawns.
Try to do it discreetly at least.
You are the most boring intro ever. Yeah. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Welcome to you, Braden.
Thank you.
Welcome to you, Hudson.
Thank you.
Thought I may as well get the producer of the podcast on.
Yes.
To say hello to. How are you? You got the Joyous teddy bear jumper on today.
I do. It's a sweater thingy I got swindled in Japan to buy. But I really do like it, to be fair. It's got a cute little teddy bear on it. And does it actually say Joys or whatever you keep saying?
It says Joyous.
I thought it says Joyous.
Oh, Joys. Okay. I never looked at it. I just looked at the teddy bear.
Yes.
I didn't care about the writing.
Wow. Okay.
But yes, that was
interesting move.
One of my favourite.
What if it had like a swear word on it or something? You just wouldn't read it?
I would have had to wear it with pride. There's no other option. I just tape it up.
Tape it up. Wow.
Yeah, or just had it made something different in Japan.
If you tape it up and then you wash it, do you wash it with the tape on? No, you have to take the tape off, surely. But then it's just going to get sticky.
I would not.
You're overthinking it.
That's too much effort.
You just don't wash your jumpers ever?
No, I just would wash it with the tape on. I'd forget that the tape was there.
Oh, would you?
If it's good tape.
Yeah,
like
the
tape.
quality tape.
If it's quality tape, it should be fine.
Yeah. All-terrain tape.
Surely there's like a YouTube video. You know how there's people that tell you how to wash things properly. It's just like, now if you've got tape on your shirt, here's how you got to do it.
Yeah, cold.
Cold water, the medium cycle, and then hang it out to dry, but then also put it in the dryer.
Inside out.
Yeah, inside out. And then iron it. I was actually watching a video on how to iron a shirt, which I do know how to iron a shirt, should be clear, but I was looking for tips just to see if I'm missing anything. And this guy was like, here's what the royal family do in ironing a shirt.
I don't think the royal family's ironing anything.
Well, the people that iron, the people that iron the shirts. Hello. I say, William. But it was like, you need to spray it with water.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, he's like, don't let it fully dry almost.
That
if it is fully
sense.
dry, spray it with water. But
Isn't there a feature on the iron that does it?
Yeah.
There's usually a button that
Yeah, the
sprays
steam,
water.
but he was saying don't do the steam.
No, but there's a
Okay.
separate button that sprays water on it.
You can, but
Yeah.
I have one that doesn't do that because it's not the iron that's plugged into the wall anymore.
Oh.
It gets the steam from a little container,
Alright.
and then it has a cable that puts the steam into the iron to heat it up.
Oh.
I've just got one of the steam things now because I
Oh,
only
yeah.
really iron things for weddings or funerals or whatever. So it's just
We've got a lot of school uniforms to iron.
yeah. See, I never iron my school uniform.
Oh.
No,
I can't even imagine.
Only
that.
for photo day, and I
Yeah.
barely did it for that
No,
too.
I didn't iron it for photo.
Just
day.
getting a clean shirt was a victory for me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on Team
my mum
Hudson
was like,
all the way.
I'm teaching you how to iron a shirt, and so I
Yeah,
had to
she
iron
told
it.
me. It didn't mean it.
Didn't mean I did it.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, right. Hudson, stop covering your face with the
Oh
microphone.
my god! I think I actually was just thinking about it. I think I'm just sliding down the couch in comfort too much.
Oh, too comfortable.
comfortable.
Let's make him uncomfortable, Braden.
Wow. Okay.
We're going there.
Yeah, we're going there. I was going to look at chips. Sorry, I was trying to think of a word there. Sydney Morning Herald have done March. They made March 2026 their chip month. And I thought we'd hit an article from that. 18 fast food chips tasted and ranked from worst to best.
Okay.
Anyone got your favourite chips? Where would you like fast food chips from?
Portos.
Yeah.
Or
I was like
Portos.
a Porto or KFC.
Let me check where a Porto's ranked. 7th.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Porto's up there.
I had KFC the other day, and it was left too long in a go bucket, and they got wet and soggy far too quickly.
That's the
it
thing.
ruined it.
KFCs do get sog very quickly.
KFC was rated at 9
No, okay.
out of 18.
So they're in the same.
All right, what was higher than that?
El Jana.
I haven't had those.
Jana's good.
Then we had a Porto at 7.
Yeah.
Nando's at 5.
I
A
can't.
6, sorry. 6.
Yeah.
I think I've had them once.
Yeah, I don't really remember Nando's being that way.
Some of these photos they've got don't look super appealing. Schnitz.
I don't think I've ever eaten anything.
no,
from
There
Why?
was
There's that
one at
place in
Miranda,
Miranda.
wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
there
there.
is still is one
Alright.
in Miranda.
We should go try it.
Rate it.
Char Grilled Charlie's.
Oh,
No
there's
idea
one.
what that is.
I don't know where that is.
There's one in Sylvania.
Oh, there you go.
Sylvania. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
McDonald's came in at 3.
Really?
I think McDonald's is just like, it used to be value as well. Like, you used to be able to get them so cheap.
To be
And
fair, I
now
don't.
now that it's not as cheap as it was, it's less.
I think the quality is way better than KFC. Like
You reckon?
Well, I don't know. I just think consistently you can get a good McDonald's chip compared to KFC.
I think it depends when you're going.
Yeah, that's
like-
fair.
Like, yeah, if you're there in peak where it's like they're going through it and you're getting them hot. I think
Hot and
that's
fresh.
that's the
And
thing
fresh.
with all fast food, isn't it? It's like if it's hot,
And fresh,
great.
for sure. Yeah,
But if it's like turned that tipping point,
yes, I
yeah,
agree with
it's
that.
not. Like that's with the KFC. I feel like the KFC ones are great, but they get soggy so quickly.
Yeah. As soon as they
Yeah,
get
'cause
in a
when
box,
they're in a box and they
Yeah.
sweat it out. and
Yeah.
there's no steam to
They're like
release.
in their own sauna.
Yeah.
Get the chips in the sauna, man. Get the potatoes in the sauna. Number 2 was Gammy Chicken, which is a Korean fried
That
chicken
doesn't
place.
sound nice.
Yeah, gammy doesn't sound like a positive.
Sounds like an injury.
Tom and Gabby about 3 to 4 weeks. Sorry, guys.
Got a gammy knee.
I think it's a Korean word. Is it? You xenophobic.
No, it just
Haters?
sounds like pussy and not nice. Like
Pussy. Oh.
infected.
Gammy mean look it up.
I will. I'll tell you number 1. Five Guys was number 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, again, too
Can't comment.
expensive.
$9.50 they were saying for a chip.
For chips.
Yeah.
But how large is it? Just
Tell
like a
them they're
standard
dreaming.
large chips, like a mini box type thing?
Let me look.
It's normally a bag.
A
Yeah,
bag,
it is
Yeah.
a bag here for the Five Guys. A Five Guys brown paper bag.
Yeah, and I remember it's like a marketing thing that they always put heaps of chips in the bag.
And they're skin on chips as well.
Yeah. So there's some weird marketing thing around Five Guys.
Well, they like to say they're kind of the simple.
No, I more mean it's like a thing that they put, you know how like Maccas, it'd always be like, oh, there's like chips in the bottom of the bag. Like Five Guys purposely overfill things so you feel like you're getting more value.
Oh, yes, I see. Apparently the chips are never frozen. They're fresh potatoes.
Oh,
Hand-cut Victorian. Twice fried in peanut oil and then dusted with a Cajun-style seasoning.
yeah, I can't even eat that.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You don't have to have it, though.
I'm surprised a big chain does peanut oil.
Oh, you can just have normal oil as well.
Oh, no, sorry. You can have the peanut oil, but you can't do the seasoning. You can take the seasoning off. I thought you were saying you can't have the seasoning, but you can't have the
no.
peanut oil. Okay,
Actually, well, we can test it.
okay,
it's,
let's go.
Pending if I'm actually allergic to peanuts or not.
Oh, pending. That's good.
Today's the day.
Pending peanuts.
Yeah.
That's what we call this episode. Pending peanuts. The other thing that I thought on the chip month at Sydney Morning Herald is 10 Dunkalicious chips to liven up your chips, which is so because it's good food, which is the basis of the good food guide for the Sydney Morning Herald is they have heaps of recipes and stuff. So there's a lot of recipes on here that seem to elevate your chips, bro, and you make them yourself. Blue cheese dressing,
Yeah, like again,
no good.
weird with chips.
Weird with chips because it does say to have it with chicken wings.
Yeah, exactly.
chicken
That's the classic blue cheese.
What about green peppercorn sauce with chips and pastrami rolls? That sounds all right.
Sounds good.
There's a garlic aioli, sriracha mayo.
Again, like, are these really recipes or are they just sauces you'd buy?
I think
Like-
no, they're recipes for you to cook yourself.
Yeah.
There's a couple of garlic aiolis, paprika aioli,
Mm.
and chili mayonnaise. So it's really just how to make a different type of.
I didn't realize paprika is just dehydrated capsicum ground up.
Is it?
All it is. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Oh, that was something I found out in the last couple of weeks.
There's a capsicum on the container usually.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's just a pretty simple. You need to make sure you got 2 kilos of Australian prawns first before you
of
do the
course.
paprika aioli.
Of course.
It is a must.
That is a
well, a
must.
good thing. Here's
Do you
one
eat
I prepared
prawns?
earlier. Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
I love sea. I think
You don't like
I
prawns?
like seafood, and then Beck doesn't really eat seafood, so I don't eat it very often.
Right.
So that made me enjoy it more.
Prawns are Prawns are so good. Except you have to peel them, so I have to try and convince my mum to peel them for me.
What?
It usually works.
I've never I don't think I've ever peeled prawns.
It's good.
I don't know. There's just I don't mind like prawn cocktail kind of thing sometimes, but I don't love it.
I love seafood.
Oh, they're so
I
good.
can't do oysters though. I haven't
No.
turned that.
I've never had an oyster, but I just don't think I'd like it.
Either.
It tastes like going swimming when you're sick.
That's so appealing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying I don't like it. It's like snotty boogers.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's definitely
salty boogers.
that's definitely putting it salty.
is what they taste like.
That definitely sounds like something I do not want to eat.
No,
Pass.
I can't do that. But most other seafood I love.
What's your favourite seafood then? I like fish.
Oh, I love prawns or crab.
Oh, crab sticks are so good.
I don't think
I
crab
think-
sticks have any crab in them.
No, they do. There's red in there. I've checked.
It doesn't sound like seafood.
Pretty
And then-
sure it doesn't.
Calamari is good as well.
This
Calamari
guy's
is
just
good.
walking around going, I eat seafood. It's just like all
No,
this stuff in
I
crab.
like-
Look
I
it
mean-
up. I'm 99% sure crab sticks don't have
No,
any
I
crab
know a
in them.
guy.
I
But
know a
most
guy.
of the seafood I do like is it's like brutally cooked in oil, so it's all crumbed and stuff. So
Brutally.
well,
I mean, they like threw it into the vat.
and it's like when you boil lobsters and you can hear them screaming.
Delicious.
Don't they make that noise or something, apparently?
Oh, it sounds
right.
like a kettle boiling. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like
okay.
a like
That's
kind
not
of
just the
screeching.
pot boiling.
No.
No, because it's a different sound.
I was in Japan way back in the day, 20 odd years ago, and it was at a teppanyaki restaurant. I really like teppanyaki. I had hot and fresh off the grill, just like hot and fresh chips straight out of the vat. And they brought out the prawns live and cooked them live on the grill. I was surprised by that. And
Like they were
said,
still alive.
hope they don't bring in a cow for the steak. Yeah, they were still alive.
Wow.
Yeah, they were flipping around on the grill for a while.
Yeah.
Well, not for very long, actually. Those grills are hot.
Can imagine.
Yeah, teppanyaki is good. I don't know if you had a steak where they cook it and they put butter in it and then like chop it up. Because there's the teppanyaki where you've got like, throw the egg at you, catch it in the bowl and stuff. And then there's like proper teppanyaki. Like, oh, this is actually take this seriously rather than like, hop, 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 hop. But still, both are fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, cool.
Would you put, like, if you had to put a condiment on chips, what would it be?
I think it might be tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
Your face.
I'm
What do you
not-
mean that guy? It's the sweet and salty.
Yeah, I'm not much of a tomato sauce fan.
I think if you're gonna have sauce on chips and it's a shared kind of thing, have it in a dip to the side. So if
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
it's not.
I'm not
on
down
top.
with drenching it in tomato sauce.
Also, I just think it's
before.
way more cleaner. Like having to reach through chips and then only the top layer has
Yes.
sauce on it anyway.
Yeah.
I agree with
that's
that
true.
for sure. Yeah, on the side, I definitely dip.
Yeah, on the side.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to dip. Otherwise,
Aioli sauce is pretty good. The Portos have like a bunch of range of sauces.
Yeah,
like garlic
I do
aioli,
like their, like,
aioli.
Anything spicy. So good.
you like spicy in your sauce. I like a spicy sauce.
Supercharged sauce is really good.
Yeah.
Which one?
Supercharged, it's like the KFC's spicy signature sauce or whatever.
There's a signature sauce. Okay.
Well, I don't know. It's just
The Colonel just whipped that up before he
Yeah.
passed away, did he?
he must have. Yeah.
Never die in our hearts.
Always in my stomach. The Colonel. What's the real story of the Colonel, though? Did he actually come up with these secret herbs and spices, or
Yeah, I think so. Probably. I don't know.
you worked there, man? It's like,
Yeah, it was probably in my induction modules like 6 years ago.
okay, well, it's okay
No, I
to
think he
remember
did.
things from 6 years
Pretty
ago.
sure he did do something. I don't know.
He did something. Yeah.
He wasn't a real colonel, was he? I'm pretty sure he wasn't a real colonel.
Well, let's get an AI research on Colonel Sanders. The thing I was going to ask you, though, because we talked about where you work, Hudson, is that you have changed jobs. You're
Yes.
in quite a transitory period in your
Yes, a little
life
bit.
because you've changed jobs and you're finishing uni this year.
Yes.
So I thought it'd be cool to think about like what is your mindset and perspective as you've come up to finish uni when you actually have to do
Work.
work. Well, you don't have to. You can choose to not do that either, but it might be good to fill up some of your spare time.
Yes, it might be. Would be good
with
to
things
do
that don't involve video editing.
Yes.
Yeah, what's the mindset about what you're thinking as you come to finish uni?
Well, actually, I had a call with one of dad's old friends, who's the head of marketing of some massive company, which was cool.
That sounds like
Well, I didn't know how to I wanted to give you the information on who he is and then not flex it as well.
well, but inadvertently you did.
Oh, sorry. There's this name down here. That you jumped
Can
onto.
you pick that up for me, Braden?
Anyway, Salesforce, I think he's from.
Yes.
Um,
You think now?
well, I'm
We're
pretty
being
sure.
vague.
I
We're
should.
being vague on purpose. Sure.
I would.
Yeah.
I would like to say it's on purpose, but I actually.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna claim he's from there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had some good insights on because I want to go into marketing. Well, at least believe I want to go into marketing. It's my degree after all, so should probably use that.
Good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. So yeah, he just gave me some good insight on AI in marketing and what he thinks that's going to transition into, and how that's going to shift the market a little bit.
What was his
is
thoughts
cool.
on it?
He thinks that humans will still be dominant in terms of you'll still need a human to get to A to B, but you're going to need a lot less human input and manpower. So their team was far larger, and they've cut them down to just above half because a lot of the usual work that people would do is AI is just doing it more accurately and faster anyway.
Right.
So projects that would take a week is taking him half a week, if that.
Wow.
So yeah, he's
Is this copywriting and stuff like that, or?
Marketing reports and market research and stuff.
Okay, that makes heaps
Where
of
it can
sense.
find lots of information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just get a database on on
Yeah.
a customer, and they can see a bunch of stuff, and yeah, it happens far quicker than him having to manually doing it. And
Well, I think he's right too, because it feels like what's really going to matter is how we can process the information that it can find so much faster and stuff, and use it in the right way. I think writing, for example, is really important. You still need to know how to communicate properly. I was chatting to Zach, who works in marketing, and he was saying that in sometimes the interactions are between his agency that he works for and the company that they're their client is just two bots talking to each other, but it's literally because someone gets an email and then puts it into AI and then asks them to write what it is, and then they copy and paste it and then just send it back. So but it's just two bots talking to each other, but there's a human involved in it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first level of AI, but I think we can't. There's you can't take out humanness from things.
no,
There's all this thing about technology, so much technology doesn't always mean progress, but the washing machine and the dishwasher are meant to save us heaps of time, but we just filled it up with lots of other things rather than having more leisure time. I think it's the same with AI, with work. They keep talking about it's going to people will lose jobs, I think, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
As you're saying, but it's in a different regard. So, and I think you have to be good at something. You have to actually have a good skill to be able to deal with what AI is going to do. That's what I think. Anyway, clip that. But yeah, so you're talking to this guy.
yeah. So he just gave me some.
It's a large firm.
So, so yeah, he gave me some good insight and good direction. He was pretty much his main advice was get good with all the channels. And when I was telling my dad the advice, he was like, "I have no clue what you mean, but hopefully you know what he means, because I've got no clue." So his advice was get good with channels. So I think the channels he highlighted was
9, 7.
7.
No, not those. Well, content creation.
Yeah.
That's the only one I really clocked in my brain because actually that's the bit I like.
Yep.
There's a bunch of other ones, but yeah, he said
it would have been print, outdoor, things like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yes, I think so.
Yep.
But yeah, he said
part of the marketing mix.
yes. So he said get good at that, and I used because I did 2 subjects this semester that's just passed in sports marketing.
Nice.
Which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
Was probably my highlight of uni so far. They were quite fun. So I said that's probably an area that I'm thinking of moving into since I've enjoyed it so much. He said, shadow and just do a bunch of work while you got time, and you're gonna have to sacrifice time to do this, but the experience is worth it. Like, you might not get paid for it, but the experience is worth a lot. So that was his advice.
Every professional sports team now has
a
vlog documenting what happened each week.
Well, yeah, the Sutherland Sharks, the NPL soccer team, having the company that's doing that. So it's an external company that's doing all
my
their
friend
stuff.
runs that.
Yeah, it's Braden,
But it's it's sick. I remember seeing the first episode and like getting chills. And I don't have anything really to do with the Sharks. They're a local team that I think are cool. But I mean, I have a friend playing in their team, but I don't have much connection to their team whatsoever. But I remember seeing that being like, that's so cool. And it makes me want to go to the games. So they're doing a good job.
I think so. Yeah, I think they're doing a good job to try and revitalise that club, which is cool.
So like seeing that and then also doing the sports marketing subjects as well. That was probably the area that I'm like, oh, I've got an interest in that.
When I did sports marketing, there was sports marketing 1 and 2 or something like that, but it was like run by the same guy, and he was South African, so he's like sports marketing, and then the textbook was by some guy's name Kotler, and he's like Kotler, and Kotler says this, and we're like sports marketing, but sports marketing's fun. The working sport is interesting.
Yes,
as I have a little bit of experience in doing that. But I think there's like more opportunities now because people realise that, we could just make our own content.
Yeah, definitely. That's a massive focus from all teams to get that stuff out.
Yeah, totally. You could even start doing it for local clubs.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's like even Gray's Point does.
Oh, the rise of AI in
local
local sports clubs marketing is hilarious.
Like even just like singular sport teams, that in my comp are using AI to do like run their social media accounts just for fun. But it's like they'll have a post with a lineup or whatever, or the full-time score line.
Yeah, the Redbacks, carrying by Redbacks, one is hilarious.
Yeah, they use a lot of Canva.
Yeah, it's crazy. But also like the possums. Yeah, they've got some wild ones.
Yes.
Like this possum, AI possums crying when it's rained out, or there was an AI possum for Anzac Day that I was like, I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, that's a good move.
What's is there a barracuda hat? What are those hats?
Oh, yeah.
Like those kind of broad brimmed hats.
Yeah. Possum was wearing one.
Oh, really?
For Anzac Day.
Don't denigrate our possums who fought Gallipoli.
Actually, that reminds me, I was at Cronulla the other day.
Oh, where is this?
On Tuesday, and we're walking. Is it South Cronulla? What's the one? You know where you can walk down that path straight from the train station to the beach?
South.
Is that South Cronulla? And we're walking past there, and we just see like this lady, like doing weird stuff with leaves, and then we look to one of the other trees, and there's like 2 possums coming down. Just like crawling, and there's bananas like at the bottom of all
She's feeding them.
She's like feeding them.
Catching them.
And Joel said that she's a possum whisperer.
Not me. Just to be clear, that wasn't
No,
me.
no, Joel did not. Joel B, not Joel M.
I did
have to think.
Not Joel A.
For some reason, I was thinking Joel C, but it's no.
Oh,
Mick.
Mick.
There's a C there. It's close enough.
Bro.
It's a second letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my fun Cronulla story.
Yeah, good one. But then, so you think of heading into marketing. Why do you like marketing?
I don't know. I think it.
Move that microphone out of the way of your face. It's annoying me.
Well, I just want to make sure they can hear me clearly.
People hear you, but they can't see you.
That's okay. It's a podcast after all.
Yes.
True.
I think ever since I did business studies from year 11 and 12, I had a fascination with business in general, and then also my love for media, being a Gen Z. Am I Gen Z? I'm Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Pretty sure you are.
Something like that.
You can't be alpha. You're not alpha.
Is that younger or older than me?
Younger.
Oh, no, I'm definitely not in that group. Don't put me in that group.
You're a Zoomer.
So media is another interest I have of mine. So kind of combining those, and then thinking about how business drawing customers was another interesting factor that I liked about business.
Yep. Yeah, cool.
And I didn't like any other, like finance, too many numbers. I did accounting and finance.
They make you do that.
Actually, so I did all the core subjects, which was not as fun because it was.
Did you do business law?
No, I do have a friend doing business law, Doing the first year subjects was just like doing business studies again, but like I knew like 50% of the course already because I'd done business studies, but then going into it individually, and there was some tough subjects there. Finance was sucked, and then accounting was slightly better because it was, I can't remember what the difference was, but there was less kind of formula stuff to do with
balance sheets and profit and loss and stuff.
Yeah, so that stuff was easy to learn.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to remember as many formulas. But the use of Excel was my nightmare. there was a subject where I had to like do a test with Excel, so I chose not to do that subject. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Test.
I don't know what the actual test was, but apparently you had to use Excel.
Subject's called Excel at Excel.
So I was like, no, I'm good.
Nice.
Excel for dummies.
Excel.
I actually could have used that because I have no clue how to use Excel.
Oh, really?
That's right. AI will do it for me now.
That's probably true, actually.
Greaves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Greaves, because that's what Greaves said on his episode. He's like, I hate, what is it? He gets annoyed at numbers, the Mac version.
Yes.
It's like Excel is the only one. I don't do Google Sheets. It has
Google
to be Excel.
Sheets, yeah.
He gets very upset about it. So I got a question here. So, like, we can think about it in terms of your context, Hudson, about going into full-time work eventually. That's what you're aiming for, obviously. I've been reading the Way He Walked, the Sean Nolan book that we chose to read this term. And it's just an interesting book and making me think about lots of different things. I was just going to ask you guys, where do you think you're like growing in your Christian walk right now? Or where do you think God's challenging you to walk closer to Him? Maybe that's an easier question. What do you say, Braden?
I think so this week, I've been reflecting a little bit. Where I'm at with learning music is it takes me a long, long time to put things together. Like, it's that weird thing of like, once you've been doing something for so long, the moments where you feel like you have a large progression get further and further apart. Oh, yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. And it takes you a lot longer to do those things. And
getting a higher level of mastery.
Well, yeah, it just takes forever. It takes forever to get the more complicated things in your brain. I feel like with your Christian walk, sometimes it can feel a little bit like that, where you're like, you have these huge, you've just got to keep turning up every day, and then all of a sudden something obvious will just click, and you're like, oh, wow. Like sometimes you just, the pieces will just fall together.
Because you're saved, you're saying, and I'm definitely a Christian, but you're like, there's all this stuff that I can keep improving, but I feel like it takes
but then the thing is, you just got to keep showing up. And that, I've been thinking a lot about that this week. Like, I'm preaching on Habakkuk, the end of Habakkuk 1 and the start of Habakkuk 2, and this weekend, and just thinking about what the start of Habakkuk 2, he's talking about, he's made this big plea to God, and then he then talks about waiting for God to respond. And just thinking about what waiting on God and trusting God looks like, and how you can have active faith rather than a passive kind of stance towards waiting to see what God has to do.
Yeah, I like that.
Is going to do.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking a lot about that this week. And just being aware that life really speeds up. And so you need to keep investing in the things you really care about. And I'm sure Joel, you'll understand what I'm talking about a little bit more than Hutto with the life stage you're in. It's very easy for weeks to go by very quickly.
Yeah.
And you just going from A to B and getting stuck in on this and this and this, and all of a sudden another week's done. And you're like, oh, I had a bunch of goals I wanted to do. And I feel like this year's gone by very quickly. But yeah, just trying to keep turning up and actively keep trying to grow in my Christian faith. It's a big thing I've been thinking about this week.
It's like you talk about, it's like a sanctification. It's like such an ongoing process, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've been in a similar boat. I'll give you a chance to answer in a second. Sorry, Hudson. But in reading this book and just kind of when I coach Leo's team, I don't I get quite anxious in the build up to it. I wake up really early on Saturday morning, for example. I mean, trying to understand like why that's the case. And it's not because I'm worried about them losing, or it's like, I think it's more like a selfish thing of like, have I done enough? And like, it's highlighting to me that some of the idols that I have in my life still that I haven't.
But it's also interesting because a coach of a team has so little control of the actual outcome once the game started.
Yeah. But I think it's also like, you would know, like very similar, like for very other things in my life, the things that I really care about, like I actually end up doing a little bit differently to maybe the accepted way of doing it, or I'd like to do it differently. And so it's like, if it doesn't reflect that on the field with the boys in the way I want it to, then it's a challenge on my actual identity. And, you know, your identity is a lot to do with like, where are you putting that identity in, right? And if the identity and the idol is, does it prove the way that I say that I want to coach? That's about me.
Yeah.
It's not about how God's given me a gift of coaching these boys, which I love doing. It's so much fun for me. But if I'm making it about myself instead of knowing that I've been given this opportunity by God and being this opportunity to impact some of these boys in a positive way. And it's not really like making it about myself like I'm the best, but it's more about like my identity in doing that, I think. And I think that has highlighted to me like some of the other idols that I have in my life that I put before God a lot of the time, rather than going, I'm thankful for this opportunity, God, and resting in that and knowing my identity is safe, like my dignity and identity and belief in myself, or belief in what, you know, God has provided is enough. Whereas I have to, you know, it's kind of like that Jesus plus thing. It's actually Jesus has done everything. I don't have to add to it.
Yeah.
And then therefore I can rest in that and be confident in going forward in whatever I'm doing, whether it's coaching or anything else, that God put me in this position for a reason, but also that doesn't mean that I have to overtake his like intention for me in that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm maybe where a lot of the anxiety comes from, is that anxiety comes. So last weekend I was better. I was a lot better at it because of the way I've been thinking about it and trying to work on it with God. But it's still there, and it still came back. It came back like on Tuesday night for some reason, no idea why. But when it came to Thursday and we're training, I was just like, "This is they're improving." Like that's what I love seeing them. They're actually improving from the start of the season, even if the results don't show it. And we had a really good chat last night about it, and they were really involved, like these 11 to 12-year-old boys, like talking about, the result doesn't matter. We like it when it's close. I'm like, that's the win, you know. But putting too much faith in myself, I suppose, than God in what the actual outcome is probably where I've been thinking about a lot.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to be able to know that. It's actually exciting to go, it actually can be changed. Because I remember it used to happen a lot last year and I couldn't figure out why. And now I've figured, in a sense, God's revealed it to me. And now I know that I can, you know, move forward and improve that. And as a result, if I'm less anxious, because I've been going on about them not playing with fear. If I'm turning up anxious about something, I'm coaching with fear. I'm like, well, how can I expect them to play without fear if I'm coaching with that fear? But then that always points back to God, because I feel like my anxiety is a lot less when I'm focusing on what God's doing in my life and what the opportunities God's given me and the identity that God has given me through Jesus, that I can feel more comfortable in life. So that's my thing. What do you think, Hudson? Have you got something that you're growing in at the moment?
I think kind of growing in, but highlighted to me, I think this is my temper, which is an interesting thing for me, because I don't think I've ever really had an issue with my temper. I think I've been very relaxed and level-headed. And I think I only really noticed this through two things. One was through sport, because sport, if there was ever a place for me to lose my temper, it's at sport.
Yeah.
And then also in pastoral care, I've built quite a few relationships with people, and just working through stuff they're working through. It made me reflect on what I'm doing in my life and how I'm best showing God to them as well.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of like both those things highlighted it. The sport was the extreme example of my temper just getting a bit out of control.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's something that's definitely been highlighted to me. Is like I need to check myself, because I don't think it's ever been something I've really needed to reflect on. But recently, it's definitely something I need to take a step back and think about.
Have you got any idea why? Like, I've seen you play. I've never seen you get angry on.
Hey, you haven't seen me this year.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. There's probably like a bunch of reasons, but
I think a lot of people have that thing of treating sport like their outlet, like, it's okay because I just do it here, and like they give themselves an excuse. So I'm really proud of you for trying to work on that, because I think lots of people treat it like an area where I get to let loose, and so it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is it wasn't just sport. Sport was just the biggest example of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a lot harder to see it in other aspects of my life because it was so minimal. Whereas then I got to sport and it was like, whoa, like I've never really done that in my life.
Yeah.
Like, are there other examples where I'm not probably being myself or how I usually am?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that God's like now chosen this moment to reveal that to you. Is it maybe that it was present before, but you didn't really weren't aware of that?
Maybe it was present before. And but I think it is probably a new thing that's gone worse, or maybe it's something I've always needed to work on.
Yeah,
but now it's gotten worse. It's being revealed to me. So yeah, I didn't notice it before, so I don't know like if there was a common thing beforehand. But as I said, I don't think I've ever really been a person to be angry at random things or whatever. But it's like I've kind of slowly noticed it creeping in more and more in different aspects.
I read this last night in that the is it A Way He Walked? I always get the title wrong.
So.
That God puts us through pain or reveals stuff to us in order to draw us closer to Him. But I think He chooses different moments. He goes, it's kind of what you were talking about, Braden, in terms of you can't master being a Christian, but you can always be more like Jesus. And He chooses moments in our life to go, actually, you need to work on this. And you could have maybe with your anger, maybe repressed it at certain times, but now it's coming out more for whatever particular reasons in your life. But He's saying this is now the next thing for you to work on. Like it's like the pruning of the tree kind of thing, isn't it? He's saying, okay, that you've now grown in a certain way. Here's the next thing. That's what I think God does, and I think He does choose different moments to draw us closer to Him. I think that's very true. Is there something that you steps you're taking that are helping you with that, Hudson?
I think my consistent church helps.
Okay.
I think it's far harder for me to be angry at church, which I know like the whole don't be a different person at church is a good thing to have. But I think the more I'm at church, if that's making me less angry and less, I don't know, if I'm getting fruits of the Spirit from church far more when I'm at church, that I think staying consistent at church has been a massive roadblock, because it's also like the perfect reminder of like, hey, how are we acting? Like we do the confession every single week and there's stuff that we did that we know we shouldn't have done, and it's like the perfect time to reflect on it. So having that each week has been helpful. I think Jairus has been amazing. He's the way he phrases things, so I've always said to him, we're a really good team, because I think I've got a bit more experience than him, but he's also, the way he phrases stuff is unmatched. He's got very good life experience and good way at explaining that life experience to other people, which has been helpful when we're both on the year 8s together, so we get to help pastor them, and he's very good at explaining and sharing his experiences to them, which has been helpful. And he's also been helpful to me in hearing the stuff I'm going through, and then also I know he will hold me accountable and then also love me as much as he can.
And that's why God says don't give up the habit of meeting together. It's exactly what you're saying. It's the same thing of that I've said many times before, I think even on the podcast, is that if I miss church even 1 week, I'm like, man, there's something missing in my life. And it's because I think as a Christian, you need that. You need to be with other believers, in community with them, in order to, what we say at Sorrow is to live as a Christian is whole of life. Not, you go on the Saturday and then you just go out and be like everyone else. It's when you go to church, it's like the reset point to like keep going. Like it's the encouragement, it's the being part of the fruits of the Spirit, being encouraged in the fruits of the Spirit by other people serving you. So therefore you serve others. So then you can go out and serve other people who don't know Jesus yet. And you can show that love God's love to other people.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think I've been thinking through like the cool, because we're looking at Habakkuk at the moment, the cool kind of connection between the confession that we do every week as part of the service and Habakkuk. Like, it's so interesting that he brings these things to God and like speaks to him in such a way where you're like, oh man, like it's challenging in the way of like, oh wow, I can't believe he said these things to God. But also at the same time, connecting that with the confession, just thinking through, like he actually brings those frustrations to the place that he can actually get answers. So he actually brings those laments to the perfect place. Yeah. And it's like, you think, it's just been making me think about like how often we take our laments and complaints and take them to places or take them to people that actually can't give us any answers instead of taking them to God. Because we feel like, oh, I couldn't say that to God. But it's like, well, no, he's actually the perfect person to say that to because he actually is sovereign over everything. Like, yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that recently. But, yeah.
Yeah, I think I was like that book was actually talking about something about confession too, but I forget exactly what it's saying. But Jai was saying that in his sermon last week in the beginning of Habakkuk was that Habakkuk is crying out to God, and you're like, oh, how could you say that? It's like that's exactly what you're saying. It's the one person you should be saying those things to and crying out for where you're at, because God is the only one that knows every single thing that's going on in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, but we hit hard times. We look for answers in other places.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. And I think that harks back to what I'm saying is that like I would go to other places for answers rather than God.
Yeah.
Do you get like and obviously that's through prayer, but do you get sometimes a resistance to praying? I don't know if this happens to you. I'm like, I should pray now, and then like there's like this bodily resistance within my chest that I get. It's like, no, you don't need to do it. And I wonder if that's like kind of like my sinful nature going, no, because now it's going to be confronted. If I confess this,
I just find I have to do it immediately. When I get that feeling, I just do it straight away, because otherwise it doesn't end up happening.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's the problem I have. I don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what I'm doing. I'll just do it.
That's good. I think often like that spontaneous prayer, I'm better when I'm thanking God for something rather than something that's troubling me. I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, I'm having a good day, God. Thanks heaps for that.
I think I've always been bad at like routine prayer, setting aside a time. I've been better because I've been praying with Nora every night.
Oh, that's cool.
Since she's been born. So that's been a better routine than I've had for ages. But then, yeah, I find that if I have a thought about something like that, I'll normally just pray straight away because I'm like, God's put it on my heart. Like, I'll just take 3 seconds in my brain to you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to go and set the prayer mat up. So you might as well just do it. Like, you just, like, yeah, that's the way I treat it, because otherwise I won't.
No, you're right.
And if I say, like, I'm going to pray for, I think I've been in more of the habit of, like, if you say you're going to pray, rather than saying, like, I'll pray for that, it's like, let's pray for that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you're 100% right. I think, I don't know why there's that resistance. I always think about how I read a book on kind of like once you become a Christian, the sinful nature is divorced. Is that what it is? Like as soon as you become a Christian, there's an ongoing internal battle within, like the spiritual idea of like between fighting off sin.
Between flesh and spirit?
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I think that's right. And I've always been aware of that now, but I'm like dealing with it, like you're saying, is like and of course Jesus is always triumphant in that. Yeah. But it's like the knowledge and understanding that that's the case. And it comes back to the identity thing I was talking about before, is why do I resist against that so hard? Which is frustrating to me.
Yeah.
And then you make a choice. It's like, well, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I just give it to God?
Yeah.
Because actually he can bear all that burden.
Yeah, but I think that's what I find helpful is like if I make that deal with yourself where you're like, I'm just going to do it immediately. Like that wrestling time gets cut down. You know what I mean? Like you might end up making the right choice after wrestling with it for 5 minutes or trying to remember to do it later. But it's like if you just tell yourself, if you just say, well, I'm going to do it immediately, then it kind of takes that out of it as a factor.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it like it's like easy and I do it every time, but it's like not. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just removing.
I would like to get better at it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Removing barriers.
Because I've been
trying to figure out how to remove barriers from you.
Yeah, exactly. I went through a period in my life where I would, on my drive home from work, I would pray the whole way. And it was great.
Yeah.
But then like I've now kind of, I stopped doing it for a bit. I'm like, oh, I could just pray now. I'm like, but then that's when that resistance come back.
Yeah.
Because it probably was good.
Yeah.
And the sinful nature's like, no, you don't need to do that. What about you, Hudson? So I know that you like to get up early and go to the beach sometimes. Do you spend time praying when you do that, or you just go for a walk, or what do you?
When I did do that, I'm struggling to do it now.
Okay,
but
winter also doesn't help.
Yeah, winter doesn't help.
But it doesn't actually. You're right.
But I did usually take my Bible down, read a passage, and then also pray along the beach.
Nice,
which was a good thing. Going back to what you were saying, I think my kind of voice, if you want to call it, is like if I read the Bible, if I pray, it highlights that I'm not perfect or that I've got stuff I need to work on. So I get in this like weird state of like, oh, if I don't pray or don't read my Bible, then I can pretend like everything's okay. So it's like I'm gonna get like, I don't know, it's hard in my mind to be like, oh, let me do this thing that's ultimately going to highlight my flaws.
Yeah.
And after like a stressful day, which in my world isn't very stressful compared to a lot of other people, that having to like actively do something that's going to highlight something that's wrong or something I need to work on.
But I think you push those, you need to try and push those things through both lenses of encouragement and conviction. So it's like you can have the most convicting passage that you're reading, but then I think you also need to push it through the how does this encourage me lens as well. And the same goes with the encouragement. Like if you just have whatever the verse, what's the verse of the day today?
Verse of the day.
Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, 1 Corinthians 13:4. So like you could take that and be like, oh, I'm encouraged by what that's telling me about how I'm meant to love those people around me, but I'm also convicted by the way that I'm not doing that. Like you have to do both, because otherwise you either get stuck in I'm not being challenged in my Christian walk, but also I'm not rejoicing in what Jesus has done and finding joy in my salvation. And like I think that process Joel mentioned of sanctification is one of both conviction and encouragement.
It's funny that you say that, like, because the amount of times I've not felt the best and I've been like, oh, let me at least read my Bible.
Yeah.
And the verse that has come up has been like the most eye-opening, like for the situation. I'm like, I feel so much better, but I still have this resistance of like, oh, I don't want to read my Bible right now. Like, it's
like such a strong push sometimes. You're like, but why does that exist? You're like,
because I know
I want to read God's word.
Because I know when I do it, I feel good.
And
but then it's like, I don't know. It's always going to be a constant battle for me. Constantly I'll be like driving on the way home, or I'll be away from my Bible. Well, and when I say away from my Bible, that's not fair because I got it on my phone. But I'll be in, let's say, not an ideal spot to read my Bible. I'll be at work. I'll be traveling somewhere, usually on the way home, and I'll be like, all right, when I get home, I'll read my Bible. It'll be only like a 5 or 10 minute trip, and I'll get home, and the Bible wouldn't have popped in my head once. When I get home, and then I'll remember when I'm going to bed, and I'm like, why did I've had 3 hours at home since I've got home, and I haven't thought about the Bible once. Why did I not do it when I?
And then you do, and I don't know if you do it, but then I turn it into a punishment of like, I don't deserve to do it now sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
Like if I'm going to bed, I'm like, I could just read it now. like, oh, I don't deserve to read now because I didn't do it when I said I was going to do
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I ask Hudson a question?
of course.
It's
Absolutely
a
not.
little bit tangential, but also
There you go.
relevant to what we've been talking about. Like one of the questions we normally ask on Chip Lunch is like, oh, if you could tell your younger Christian self. But then we've been thinking about like growing and stuff like that. So as we come to the end of your uni stage of life, how do you think God's grown you from finishing high school to now?
Great question.
I think the role he's put me on, put me in, sorry. And I've always had like an involvement in church, but becoming a nominator and what's the other one? A coordinator for youth has been I don't know, it's been pressure, but pressure I've needed to be like, this is like the expectation of what we think you should be in terms of like the position. So I think, yeah, the role he's put me in has been a massive and a good change. Another one, I don't know, just reflecting on the difference, how do I phrase this? The difference I'm supposed to be being a Christian compared to the other world, the outside world. And that's supposed to be a constant thing. It's not supposed to, I'm supposed to be able to pick and choose when I do that. So I think it's not a thing I've got right, and I don't think I'll ever constantly get it right, but it's definitely been a reminder throughout this whole stage of like, hey, like you're in a time where you're in a massively different space with a bunch of different views. How are you going to show God's love and truth to everyone? And I was we were driving home from the movies yesterday, and we had a conversation with the boys, and it's funny because I've brought this up on a podcast before, that they say things that they think I'll like. Well, I think now they know I won't like it. But Joel's comment is like, we're glad you don't not shut up about God or something.
Oh, wow.
Because he's like...
We want you to keep talking about it.
No, the other way. So he's like, I think they were talking about someone who just constantly talks about God and like, oh, we're glad you're not like that. Or like... And so we got in this interesting conversation, but my verdict was kind of like that I understand that there's a time and a place for it. And they were using specific, like very hard examples on when to share the Bible and stuff. But yeah, that was an interesting conversation. Those conversations always made me reflect on how I evangelize to my friends. I think that's something I'm still working on.
So you need to talk more about God.
Yeah. Well,
you know what, guys? God says just all the time.
The easy answer is yes.
Yeah.
But how you actually do that's a lot harder to think about. Yeah, I think those are probably the biggest, highlights that I've seen. And there's probably more. If I had more to I'll be thinking randomly throughout the day now probably. I'll be like, oh, you've highlighted this. How did I not think about this in the time? But yeah, those are the ones that just come to my mind right now. But there's definitely a plethora of answers I could have given.
It's funny, like we worry about that stuff at the time, but then when you reflect on it 3 years later, or however long it is, you're like, could have just trusted God more.
Yeah, it does usually come back to that.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And even the things that I'm talking about, same thing.
Yeah.
Just if I trust God more, then it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think as I'm a little bit older, there's like things that you think are going to be bad in life or in work. And you're like, oh, I got through all that stuff. Like this, we'll get through this as well. I don't think that's probably just an age thing as well, but also trying to rely on God. And it's like, oh, God will get me through this. Yeah. And he is doing it for a purpose, even if it's hard or if I'm worried about it or, thinking that I am not doing enough. Have I done enough here to actually make a good impression or doing a good job? Or they're the things that you have to It's that self-reliance thing as well.
Yeah, because I think you get more competent in stuff the more you do it, and then sometimes you just need a curveball where you're like, oh man, I have no idea what I'm doing with this, and you're like, oh yeah, like I can't rely on myself. And I think I don't know if you feel the same way, Joel. Parenting is very much like that. You're like, I'm in control.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you deal with this little thing. You're like, oh my gosh, I have no control over this situation at all.
Especially when you're newborn.
Yeah,
especially as you have right now with Nora. That you're like, okay, we got this sorted, and like just
5 minutes later, they start teething 2 months early, and you're like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you go searching for answers as a parent. You're like, oh, surely this, like whether you look on the online or not, but you're like, surely this other people are doing this. Have you had this happen? Has this happened? And you're like, but you realize that every single child, just like you are, is such an individual, fearfully and wonderfully made. But it's so interesting. Like, obviously, I have 3 children. That is like, you got that part of my personality, but not the part that I like.
But then it's also, that's the good source of self-reflection where you're like, man, that's really annoying. And then you like see that in yourself and you're like, oh,
yeah,
cool.
I'm not fully like that. I'm not like, I like that my children highlight my selfishness. I think that's one of the greatest gifts that children give you, is to highlight how selfish you are, that God has given through children. But I like seeing, that's not really, like, I see that and I'm like, that's not really part of my personality. That's Karen, like my wife's personality. But I like that. So Remy, our youngest, for example, loves being out in the garden and knows plants and talks about plants. And that's like Karen knows plants really well. I don't, because her dad's the same. And I don't find that interesting at all. But on the flip side, Remy is like, when are we watching the World Cup? And she went and we watched one of Everly's friends' reps games on Sunday because we went for a walk early in the morning. And she's like, I like doing this. Like, 2 of my other kids have never said they want to stay watching a football game.
Yeah.
So that's what's really fascinating about children. And I think as a result, it highlights like how, first of all, individual you have been made by God. But therefore, I hope that it pushes me more towards understanding that God has made you as an individual, has given you certain gifts and characteristics and stuff, but he's made you to be his. And I think that's what's something that's really cool about parenting. And yes, you are right though. You are constantly like, got this sorted. It's that mastery thing you were talking about. You think, thank goodness we've got that ticked off now. And they're like, what? Yeah. You were sleeping fine before. And then they change it. It does even out a little bit as they start getting older. It gets a bit easier.
We'll see.
It doesn't change as much in that respect as much.
Yeah.
But they still keep you guessing.
I wanted to say, Hudson, I'm very proud of you.
Yes.
And the way that you've grown over the last couple of years. It's been really awesome. But glory to God. Because he's doing awesome things through you.
And continues to, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. And I'd also like to extend the same comments to you, Braden.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could say the same.
I knew it was coming.
It's like
I
the thing of like, how long can men be earnest for? We top out at like 15 seconds.
I set you up for that. I knew it was coming.
I love you. You're exactly the same for you.
That was. I wish I could say the same for you, but I cannot. That's great. Yeah, you're right.
No, Joel did a gathering talk on Friday for the first time the other week, and it was epic.
Oh, that's very kind. I did enjoy doing the Friday night gathering talk. That was a lot of fun.
And Hudson's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Oh, sick.
Yes.
And Tim's doing the talk tonight, I think.
Yes,
Tim is. Time for recording.
Yes.
And it was really fun. And I like getting interaction from the crew.
Oh, yeah, they do. I enjoy it a lot.
I like it when I tried to see what girls liked. I said, is it a white fox jumper now? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, what is it then? They're like, they're like this and this. I'm like, sick. Okay, well
I'm hipping with the kids.
Yeah.
I'll mention that in front of Everly.
Well, Everly was there.
Oh, okay.
But the funny thing is that I liked it how it said like, okay, well, you know what you love. Like that was a point to get to, you know what you love. But because it's Matthew 22, 33 to 40, it was like, well, God wants your love above that thing. And that's what was fun to hopefully communicate. So, because I was saying to you, like, I'm used to like I've preached a few times now. I'm like, for me, that's a big, long-winded effort. I was surprised how quickly I kind of put the Friday night talk together, but then it doesn't need to be as long, but you just got to hit the main points of what the Bible's saying. So it was a lot of fun. Come along to Friday night, guys.
Yeah.
If you're listening, come along to Friday night. It's sick.
It is very fun.
Yeah. But we should wrap up the chips.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Hudson. Thank you, Braden. Thank you, everyone listening and watching. We appreciate you. And we finish with a one way.
One way.
One way.